India will never restore the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan. This huge decision has been announced by Minister of Home Affairs Amit Shah. In an interview with Times of India, Amit Shah declared, quote, "No, it will never be restored," adding, "We will take the water that was flowing to Pakistan to Rajasthan by constructing a canal. Pakistan will be starved of water that it has been getting unjustifiably," unquote. This follows reports that India is planning a massive hydro mega project. Now, this plan includes construction of a massive 113-kilometer long canal to divide the water equally and divert excess water flowing towards Pakistan to the western Indian states of Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. The Indian government led by Prime Minister Modi had suspended the Indus Water Treaty in response to the tragic Pahalgam terror attack by Pakistan-based terror group that killed 26 Indian tourists, mostly Hindus. Pakistan has now responded with Bilawal Bhutto threatening war. The foreign minister claimed, quote, "India has only two options: share water fairly or we will take it from all 6 rivers. Pakistan will be forced to act and we are in a position to defeat India just as we have before," unquote. I don't know what he was referring to. Was it 1971 and the defeat of Pakistan and creation of an independent Bangladesh? Or was it 1965 when Indian forces reached the outskirts of Lahore? Looking back, this is not the first time he has issued a threat. Earlier, Bilawal had stated, quote, "Either our water will flow through it or their blood will," unquote. Brokered by the World Bank in 1960, the control over waters of 3 western rivers were given to Pakistan. These include Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. Whereas control over waters of 3 eastern rivers were allocated to India. These include Ravi, Beas and Satluj. However, out of the total river system, India only got about 20% share, while 80% went to Pakistan in what was a highly lopsided treaty. I'm not sure if any water studies were conducted before the treaty was signed by Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Pakistan President Ayub Khan in 1960. A senior minister of Pakistan, Ishaq Dar, said last month, "The treaty can't be amended, nor it can be terminated by any party unless both agree," unquote. However, the Indian side maintains that it has full legal right to put the treaty in abeyance and Pakistan cannot seek any intervention unless India agrees to do so. After multiple denials, Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister also admitted that Indian strikes on Rawalpindi Noor Khan Air Base and other Pakistani airfields during Operation Sindoor. Within 45 minutes of that strike, Saudi Prince Faisal offered to speak to India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar to seek a ceasefire on behalf of Pakistan. Eventually, while India achieved its military objectives, Islamabad called to seek a ceasefire, even though the Indus Water Treaty remains in abeyance. Indian political analyst Anuttama Banerjee claims the treaty will, quote, "instead be up for revision, review and modification," all 3 meaning different things, considering newer challenges such as groundwater depletion and climate change that were not catered for in the original treaty, unquote. According to reports, Pakistan is exploring legal challenge to India's decision to put the treaty in abeyance. Islamabad is reportedly working on 3 different legal options. Firstly, raising the issue at the World Bank. However, the World Bank has denied any mediation, stating that it was merely a facilitator and has no legal standing to actually mediate. Secondly, Pakistan may approach the International Court of Justice or the Permanent Court of Arbitration. However, for any legal process, first India's consent would be required to be a willing party, and that is unlikely to happen. And lastly, Pakistan may raise the issue at the United Nations Security Council, but yet again, there is no UN-mandated framework for water sharing. Khushvinder Vohra, a recently retired head of India's Central Water Commission, cleared the air, stating, quote, "There are very limited options. I can say that there are solid grounds for us to defend our action," unquote. While the treaty in abeyance does not impact immediate water flow, India is putting plans in motion to change that, to meet the growing demands of its own population. But we must remember, it was Pakistani state-sponsored terror which forced India to suspend bilateral treaties. The expansion of the Ranbir Canal from Chenab River is a significant project. Currently about 60 kilometers long, it could be expanded to 120 kilometers. This would help India to divert water from 40 cubic meters per second to about 150 cubic meters per second. This is bound to impact the water flowing into Pakistan's Punjab region, with water protests in the downstream Sindh region already turning violent. Things could get out of control for Islamabad. Yet Pakistan is guilty of turning a blind eye to terror groups and terror infra targeting Kashmir in India. On top of that, Pakistani army and its agency ISI are deeply intertwined with such terror groups. India's stand is absolutely clear. Terror and water will not flow together, and Indus Water Treaty will remain in abeyance until Pakistan corrects its ways. But what do you believe? Should the IWT remain suspended? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button, and subscribe to Inconnect News.